Hello and welcome to the White Noise Podcast, episode 8! This week I'm joined by the Rhino! Max Smith.
Hello there.
Oh yeah, he ate with that. Episode 8.
Right.
And our special guest, Liam Shaw, a.k.a. The Squid!
Hey. Thank you for having me on.
I don't know whether to call you The Squid or not.
People do. But mate, it's a bit weird, isn't it? People
who knew you before, obviously the internet fame, do they call you The Squid?
No.
That's
My
good.
friend Jake, he calls me Squiddy. That's quite nice, actually.
Squiddy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Squiddy.
It does sound like a gangster name.
Do you reckon?
Squid.
Yeah, the Squid.
Squiddy.
Well, not Squid.
Yeah. No, I'm with that. Bit of an American,
Yo.
sort of New York.
Did you know you were doing
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
New York.
Is that what you were going
Spot
for,
on,
yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Squiddy.
Can you do it again in your New York voice, please?
Yo, it's the Squiddy.
Wow.
And the Rhino?
The Squiddy and the Rhino.
That's very good.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got the squid,
I'm not
the
very...
rhino,
Yeah.
the goat,
Oh,
yeah.
Go on.
slug,
Right.
Yeah, the slug.
Yeah.
or
It's harsh.
Sluggy.
Thank you. No one said that yet.
It is harsh.
Apart from me every week.
Fine, he does want the slug, Ryan.
lion.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll
Lying in
take
bed all day.
Wish. Slug, yeah, brilliant.
We also have our producer Ethan over on his desk.
Hello there,
Literally
hello.
on his desk. What's he doing?
Oh yes. Oof. What animal would you say I would be?
Owl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wise.
Old.
Like a 50-year-old owl with good skin.
And my head does that thing where it goes 360, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
especially if there's a young woman walking past you, perv.
Oh god.
That's why we have to keep you up here, mate. Locked away.
Up in your branch.
That's why I like Hooters so much.
Oh,
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Respect that.
Yeah, we don't normally get on to our sponsors this early. Get the top on. Is there a Hooters in Salford?
There was
was.
going to be one in Media City.
Yeah.
Oh, you applied, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Your boobs are too big. You're too big. You would never fit into our shirts. That's obviously a joke.
They accepted me.
Picking up a steady paycheck, baby. There was meant to be one. It's now a McDonald's, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
probably.
that what it was up against?
That's what it was up against. Yeah, I assume so.
Wow.
Because Dave got really excited. And then the
jeez.
plans fell through. Yeah,
Is
it
that the
was-
sort of place he would have frequented?
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he would have been there.
Have you ever seen the Big M?
Big M?
Yeah.
What's that?
Never mind.
The Big M.
Liam, thank you very much for
Miss
coming
something.
on the podcast.
No, it's a pleasure to be on it. I'm actually a bit. I listened to the first ever episode when it came out.
Well,
I was
never
in-
stopped.
I was a
there's
day
two
one.
different ones of this because there's the one where we did it and it went on the main channel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we were in this weird little tin hut.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was that one,
Wow. What was that one? Was that comedy or something? I
I think it was a comedy podcast.
Well, we were aiming for it.
yeah.
Who was
Yeah,
on
you did
that?
say you listened to the first one. Did you listen to any?
yeah.
Listen to what-
And it's nice
That
to
was
pick back up on Series 6, Episode 8. Yeah.
So was that me, you,
And Tom, I think.
just us three?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
they were the glory days, weren't they?
I don't know if Ryan was saving all the great chat for now.
Yeah. Well, I was doing my my theatre stuff when
Oh, yeah.
my top-notch acting jobs
Yeah. Yep.
going around.
Tom isn't here this week or last week because he's still travelling the globe, on his trip in Europe. He messaged me saying,
Oh, that must be nice.
but he said he's done with drinking, which is what Tom does when he's got a hangover. And then he said, I've realised the gambling man or the gambler is my jam, and I've been singing that a lot in the karaoke bars. And I can't picture him doing
No.
karaoke.
No.
I can picture.
I think Tom's, everything that's happened to him, I think he's trying a new persona.
It's a bit sad, isn't it?
Especially the
Midlife crisis,
gambler.
mate.
Have you heard
Yeah.
the lyrics to it?
Oh, Joe, I was thinking, what would this be like in karaoke? It was talking about drinking whiskey. And I thought, oh, Tom, you've killed the vibe of this venue.
Yeah.
You've proper stunk the place out. Someone's going to have to go on and go, right, here's Cher, Believe, and pick it back up.
How's it go? Someone
Don't
sing it.
know.
So it's about a guy that gets on a train and he's in a carriage with an old man. And the old man's like, give me some of that whiskey and I'll tell you the secrets of life.
Oh, okay.
The guy gives him some whiskey and the guy goes, don't gamble. Because it's
Good point.
life's a gamble and all this shit. And then he falls
Well
asleep.
made.
He's like, okay, cool.
Right.
Good advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you gamble, Liam?
Used to like a flutter. Don't
Yeah.
do too much now.
Yeah.
I try not to do it online anymore because it was a bit. You just get a bit sucked in on.
What, are you in the betting shops?
Yeah, I'll go into betting shops. That's mad, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
can't believe that.
Occasionally, put an acca on.
Are you
in the
mad?
machine?
Do you know the way you do your characters and pick up on people? Are you in there just to bet, or are you
Oh,
with
mate,
a
I'm
knife?
keeping my head down in there. I'm not walking in and looking for a bit of a sideways look on the bookies. It's just
like a discount.
Mate, it's a very shameful experience. Walking in with my fiver and just normally with my hood up and just wedging it into the machine, doing my five-fold acca, and then getting out of there.
God, yeah, gambling. That's something I stopped because I always got carried away with it because I used to think, could this be my living?
Yeah.
There's a time when I was on, I think Sky Vegas had this roulette wheel and you could bet a penny.
Hell
So
yeah.
I was doing it. I was like, I could get it wrong loads of times and just double it each time, and then I'd still be making
Yeah.
a penny back because I could get it wrong so much, but the stakes are so low
Mm.
that I could do it at least like 12
10,000
times.
spins later.
So I'd do it, and then over the course of like an hour or so, I was up £30. I was like, so I was writing it down. I was like,
Yeah.
if I keep doing this, I'm going to be making loads. I can't believe I've hacked roulette. And then about 10 minutes later, it went on like black 13 times, and I was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They can
was
also ban you
completely-
if you actually are doing too well. They'll just ban you.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just a law unto themselves.
Has that happened
It's
at
not
the
fair.
betting shops?
No, it don't happen in the bookies. But I used to go to a casino a bit.
Really?
Yeah, just before uni, I went in with. I'd only ever really went in with 20 quid.
Before uni. As in, before going to uni
No,
class? or
no, not at like 8:30 a.m. thinking, I'll have a quick flutter and then off to my lecture.
Just sobbing through the lecture. I can't afford this anymore.
Tell them I'll be 10 minutes late. No, like just like literally about a week before I went off to uni, I took 20 quid into a casino in Bath and had an 800 quid win.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
play.
I worked.
And then I think I came home and I think my dad was like, right, son, before you sort of go off to uni, I want to give you a little bit of money just to sort of see you on your way there, sort of set you up for freshers. And he gave me 100 quid, and then I was like, I've just won 800. In He was a bit
This
like,
means nothing to me.
have it back. Yeah.
I said to Ryan and Max, should we each ask a question to try and get a gauge of you?
Okay.
Just one question that will give us everything we need to know. So my one I've written is, what's your guilty pleasure film?
Okay, this is going to be quite insightful, but not in the way that you might think.
Okay.
I'm not too into films at all, and what I say about
These days, man.
is they're all the same. I like TV series. Don't get me wrong, I love a TV series.
Liam, turn to your right. Realise who you're speaking to.
Sorry, so
It's IMAX,
you're
isn't
saying saying that every film is the same.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch Clifford, Big Red Dog.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the same thing from that as I am from watching Terrifier 3.
I've not heard of Terrifier 3, but I'm not sure.
I'm watching Mission Impossible and getting the same thing from the Teletubbies movie.
They've got a movie.
Have they not?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think they
I
do.
don't
They've not got a film.
fucking IMAX.
They've definitely got a film. Ethan, can we check that, please?
Teletubby movie.
Teletubby movie. How was that not a film?
Of all the films, why are you referencing that
Why
one?
are you referencing one that doesn't exist?
You're
Telling me the Teletubbies don't have a film.
I don't think they deserve
They could
a film.
right. They
You're
better.
telling me that Teletubbies don't. That's really.
That would be
shocking.
a box office win.
No.
There's
Slam
no Teletubby.
Thank
film.
you.
Right. I don't know who owns the Teletubbies, but get them in the film place.
You're cinema. It's called the cinema, man.
IMAX.
You're a mess.
I don't care about how films are made. I just care about them being made.
I just think that they are.
Really, they're all
Joe,
the
I've
same.
got
watched
all
the
I need
Harry
to know from
Potters.
you from that.
I watched all the Harry Potters like last year.
Oh, it's all the same,
Here
is
we
it?
go, mate. All the same.
What, Philosopher's
Right.
Stone. There's a Philosopher's Stone
Mate,
in it.
entirely the same.
Oh.
Starts off at the Dursleys. Harry's doing some magic outside of Hogwarts, which he shouldn't be doing. Then he gets into Hogwarts. Hagrid lets everything slip, and then goes, "I should not have said that." And then it all
that's
turns
your
out well at the
catchphrase,
end. It all turns out well at the end.
I never say that. All right, I mean what I say. Yeah, that's the difference between me and Hagrid.
So
One of them.
I guess by not having a guilty pleasure film, you have answered the question.
If I had to say film, I like
Guilty pleasure. So when people
It
do
sounds
that,
like any film's a guilty pleasure to you.
Yeah, I like the original Willy Wonka, The Chocolate Factory.
okay,
That
film.
one. Is it guilty? Would you say that's guilty?
No,
or
that's
is that
classic. That's a classic.
Yeah, I like
I'd
that
say
film.
so. My guilty pleasure would probably be I don't know, Cheaper by the Dozen 2 or Mean
Schindler's
Girls. Schindler's Fist I don't watch often.
No?
It's a bit samey, you know, to all the other films, to all the others.
Mine would be Twilight.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the first one. Mine is Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
That's good.
That's
The
not
first
a
one.
good guilty
No, the
pleasure.
first one's really good.
That's not a good guilty pleasure. That's
Yeah,
just
it is.
that's
It
just you all over that.
Some great singing. in
You
there.
don't feel any guilt. You're loving that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Ethan?
Have you ever seen The Awakenings?
No.
Robin Williams.
No.
It's about all
no,
these
You've told me this.
True story. All these people have this condition in the 1960s and they're all just zombified and the only thing they have is a reflex. So Robin Williams gets someone a load of drugs, including Robert De Niro, and they all come back to life for a summer and then they all just go back to the state again at the end of it.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's the guilty part. Because I love it when they're all better. But
Yeah.
I just feel guilty seeing them go
I
back
think
down.
you've misunderstood
I,
the
yeah,
question.
it's
there,
not.
mate.
It's more of a film that you enjoy. But you're like, I'd feel kind of bad. People knowing I enjoy this. Not.
Well,
I
yeah.
feel guilty watching people in
Yeah.
a coma come back to life for a bit and then going back into the coma.
Well, I also feel quite guilty enjoying the fact watching their decline again.
Right, but you didn't tell us that, did you? You kept that to yourself.
Let's fast forward to the good bit.
There's this film called Everest that I love.
Oh my god!
Watched it so many times, but like without too many spoilers. You know, half the people die in it.
Oh,
So, but
quite a big
I
spoiler.
have watched that so many times, and I feel bad because it's a real life event where people just died.
But you enjoy it as well.
Yeah,
But you feel guilty that you're
Enjoying
watching
their
film
death.
being made
Yeah.
out of a real life event.
I think you
I
put
think
it
just that
on
I-
once when I was at your house in
Oh, really?
uni. Yeah, it was boring.
hey Stephen, you'll love
Great
this.
So boring.
I doubt I would have
Should we
sat
go out
down
tonight?
with you and watched it.
No, there was
Yeah.
definitely a film about some blokes climbing a mountain,
Yeah.
some snow.
Are you sure that's not just riding at Kilimanjaro?
I
with Sherpa
don't
just
think it was
filming
out at that time. So
Right,
it would
you
have
were
been
watching a
would
boring
have been a
film then.
documentary. Yeah.
No, it was a film.
Mm.
Yeah, oh yeah, the documentary. It cuts between different angles and there's all this drama and music put to it. No, it was a film, Ryan.
Okay.
You've watched multiple boring mountain films.
Mm.
Is that plausible?
Yeah, fair.
Anyway, your
Take
question, Ryan.
Yes. If you were a cult leader,
Hell,
this is going to be a really
the example
good
I
question.
gave you was what's your favourite cereal? Why have we gone down the cult
You're a
leader?
cult leader.
route?
What
Well,
would
I
you
can
force your
change it
followers
if you
to eat
want.
cereal-wise?
But I was going to say, if you were a cult leader, what would your people be banned from doing?
Oh, that's a great question.
Shit.
Or what's your favourite cereal?
That is a tough one. What came to your mind?
Frowning upon inbreeding.
Do you know what? Yeah, you've stumped me.
Or maybe
Hell.
great question. Great
Jeez.
question.
Maybe
Yeah,
asking
man.
questions like that.
I'd maybe say I'd ban people from sneezing.
Okay.
Oh, that's tough.
Or coughing.
You've already spoke about you having hay fever. How are you?
I know, and I'm disgusted with myself.
Right, okay.
But,
I'd
like,
say
in public-
vegetarians only.
In public.
So you're banning people eating meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Not allowed to eat
Horrible
meat.
that.
Yeah, actually, you've done something quite good with the world there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scummy.
yeah.
I've just said I get a bit
Eating
annoyed.
fruit and veg. Yeah? None of my followers are going to be eating fruit or veg. Just meat, baby. Yeah? How'd you like that?
I could not care less.
I don't think he's going to follow you, mate. Something tells
It's
me.
all right. No, it's
I'm gonna
fine.
withdraw my
Our cults are
application.
against each other now.
Ah,
At war.
cult war.
Give it a year. I wouldn't worry.
Max is eating all the meat.
so no coughing and sneezing.
Yeah, in public. I hate that. In public? Sneezing in public. I was in York yesterday, walking, people sneezing in public. Oh, just that is.
What do you mean, uncovered or?
Yeah, just sort of into the. Oh, it's just gross, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even after COVID, you see people just coughing.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
like in the street.
Oh,
and you
it's
think, what are you
grim.
doing?
It gets
Like it
me,
never
really gets me
happened.
quite. Just even retelling it now, I'm a bit like, just die. That is horrible.
Wow.
Stop it.
Do you not ever just like have the urge to sneeze out of nowhere?
No,
Just
no,
hits you and you've got
stifle
no
it.
choice.
That's the thing.
Really?
It's not essential. You can stifle a sneeze.
Yeah,
not
but
that hard.
don't
It's
you
kinda
ever have
hard
that
though, isn't
pressure
it?
in your head where after you do it, you know, oh God, that could kill me. It's like,
Apparently, it's 1/8 of an orgasm, a sneeze.
Damn right. I'm always sneezing.
8 times, baby.
Just pepper next to my bed.
Just sneezing on the girl.
She's no
orgasm.
girl. There's no girl.
It's an anime
Just
body
pepper.
pillow, just covered in snot.
Oh. Right, is that what I think it is?
Nope. I've got a great question for you. I love squids. They're my favourite animal.
Oh, lovely.
My,
Since when?
my girlfriend crocheted me a little squid because they're my favourite. I also enjoy eating them.
Right. It's not really.
So my question is, what's your favourite seafood? I've got brought some seafood along with me.
Why would you bring seafood to this podcast? It stinks. You're that
Oh, come on.
stinky bloke
It's
on
nice to bring stuff. You're always happy when Tom brings little gifts in.
He doesn't bring stinky seafood.
It might not be stinky.
Of course, seafood is so. If someone has seafood on public transport, they should be.
Well, we're
if
not
I
on
had a
public
collar-
transport. We're in a big room.
Seafood on public transport, taken by your collar, booted off.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember I was in a packed train once and I had a prawn sandwich. Are you telling me people weren't happy?
Stinky.
People like, yeah, no one
they
would
weren't
be
happy
happy.
anyway.
Why not?
Half a seat and a prawn sandwich next to me.
I wasn't. I was stood up in the corridor.
Great. Great.
Weirdly enough,
Walking
like
up and
a
down,
like a tin
making
of
sure everyone got
sardines.
it.
Want a bite? Want a bite?
That's a crime.
Well, and anyway, I bought some seafood.
Look,
with
if
me.
Rosa Parks had mackerel, there's no big story there. Rightly so. Rightly so. That's horrible. But she
To
didn't.
be fair, she was sat at the front. Surely you'd want her to sit at the back with the stinky mackerel.
That's what the cool kids are.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Anyway, do you want to try some seafood with me?
Go on.
This is awful. This is rubbish for the listeners.
Is it?
Of course it is. Listening to you two chew seafood. What the fuck do you think they want to hear?
Also, I'm veggie, so they're just listening to me look
Oh,
at seafood.
fine. I won't bring it out then.
Oh, no, I'll just love to
No,
see it.
no, it's
I'm
all right, no,
grateful,
no,
mate.
just-
If you're
no,
veggie,
no.
you can't eat it, yeah?
Yeah. I do-
'Cause you're
I
not a
eat fish
pescatarian.
bit, yeah, eat
A
fish
bit of partial.
yeah.
Oh my
A
god.
bit tuna here and there.
Do you want to try some with me, Ethan?
Yeah, go on then.
Right,
man.
we'll do it
Can I
later.
veto this? Because I don't want the office to stink of fish.
Oh, we'll do it after the podcast.
What sort
Do
of
it
fish
in your
have you
own
bought?
time.
I bought seafood
your-
sticks and prawn sandwiches.
You're such a paedophile. I'm sorry.
How was that a
Seafood sticks.
paedophile?
Seafood sticks.
How was that
What?
paedophile?
Sorry, what paedophile's going on? Do you want some
literally
seafood
we've
sticks?
done a video
Oh,
where
it's
you're
on
a-
creepy Dave in his van full of seafood sticks.
Look, Max Smith eating crab sticks. No one bats an eyelid. But the 2 and 2 go together. It's not a good look.
All right, fine.
It's one step away
Oh,
from
sorry,
being
man, I didn't want to be
home.
ungrateful there, though.
No, it's
That
all
was-
right, you
know,
can
it's a
still
nice
have 'em.
thought that you've bought something.
Yeah. It's going to be calamari, but I couldn't
appreciate
find any.
Couldn't find any. He saw it. He saw the price.
Yeah.
How much
Gonna
eat crab
say-
I
sticks?
went to the Dutch fisherman thing, and I was like, "Oh, £5.50. That's a good price."
Yeah.
They're selling prawn down the street for £4. Can I have some squid, please? Guy went, sold out.
Why don't you use your brain when we're doing a podcast and don't get people to eat fucking raw fish?
Oh, it's seafood sticks and prawn
It's
sandwiches.
just you got. They can subscribe to your Twitch if they want that. Anyway, we have got our
That's my question.
great vision of who you are as a person, and also how long this podcast is going to last.
I feel like we've learned more about ourselves.
You were speaking about York then. Is that where you went to university?
I did, yeah. I went to uni in York and did theatre.
Imagine.
Nerd.
Can I get in on that?
No. Crab stick ends. Grandad had crab sticks.
Yeah, I
Right
still
by the
have them, to
end.
be fair.
Did you guys all do comedy?
Yeah.
Still doing it, man.
Sure did.
Were you ever?
Max's crab stick puppet.
Hey, it goes down the treat. So you eating one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we did. Yeah, we did comedy. If you were serious about your job, mate, you would have done it too.
You know
But,
what? I looked at the course.
oh.
I actually I remember looking at it.
Is that why
on,
you went to York?
So I was like, tempting. But I was just. Were you ever worried doing comedy? What people would say?
Not really, because my whole thing was I just want to be a comedian,
Yeah.
and it was I just want to be known as funny.
That's how I felt as well. But then I was so worried that it's like by going to do comedy, it's like a declaration of I want to be a comedian. I thought, if I say it, it won't come true.
Yeah, I don't know if it works like that.
It does.
No, for me it was just
That sounded really tragic, didn't it? If I say it won't come true.
an ancient
God.
curse.
It's sick in my mouth. It was horrible.
Did you want to become a squid? And you've said it. I'm the squid.
I thought theatre meant just sort of more like general performance and acting.
Yeah.
So I remember going to my interview and talking about, they were like, what sort of shows do you like? I think they were meaning like plays, really.
Oh, they're all the same,
And I
aren't
was,
they?
I said I like TV shows, and I was talking about The Office and stuff, and they were like, "How does that translate to on stage?" And I was like, "I don't know, really. I just like The Office." And it turns out theatre solely meant on stage, really.
Right.
Oh, so you didn't do drama, you did theatre?
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
okay.
thought it was more drama.
Yeah,
I
okay,
just
yeah,
thought
I get
theatre
that.
was like a synonym for drama. Really.
Yeah. No,
Did
but
you
yeah.
have to audition? Synonym is like a similar word. Did you have to do an audition for your course?
No, and that says a lot, doesn't it? And
Oh, it does.
we had a longer dissertation than the English course. That
Really?
takes a piss, doesn't it? 12,000 words.
Wow. we didn't have to do a dissertation.
No.
No.
What was your
an
final
option. It's like a
stand up?
performance project.
Yeah, so we
No.
did. Me, Ryan, and Tom did a sketch show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Ryan was. Who were you in that? We did a bunch of different characters.
Yeah.
We based ours loosely on the sort of a parody of TV shows.
Right.
Um,
So it was filmed then, not
Yeah,
not
so
a live sketch
like
show.
some of our first sketches on the YouTube channel were from that. And it was like Educating Eton we did.
They were very good sketches. Eh?
Bake Off.
Yeah, me and Tom worked hard on that.
I didn't contribute to the writing. That wasn't my job.
What was your job?
Should have been his job.
Acting.
It was
Nice.
sort of a group effort.
That's
Just diva
my
on the set.
we had to do like a short essay, like a 2,000 word one afterwards, like an evaluation thing.
Yeah.
Did you write for that?
Mine was all about acting.
You just I do the acting.
Yeah, yeah.
I will not.
I
be
will
doing-
act my dissertation.
That's the
Yeah.
thing that still irks me about the course was we'd have to write stuff, and they were like there was a course where they didn't mark us on the writing. It was all about the acting. I was like,
Yeah.
we did 15-page thing. I wrote 14 pages of it. Tom did one. This guy was there, and they went, yeah, the writing didn't matter. I went, what are we acting then?
Yeah.
But because we all had to answer our own question. We had to come up with our own
Ryan, this is a
question to
different
answer.
course I'm on about, a different
Oh,
module.
sorry.
You got away with
Sorry.
it big time. You got a
Sorry.
higher score.
Who
Oh,
was
really?
He
Is
got
this
a
base
higher
stage?
score.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wrote 14 of 15 pages.
Yeah.
He did nothing. And he got a higher score,
Yeah, well-
all because he was a kiss ass to the teacher.
No,
and I
so
gave
great-
her
great
some good
acting.
feedback.
Did you?
Oh,
sort of
this.
put a
So
complaint in?
basically, she said we're going to do. This was in second year. She went, guys, for our video project, we're going to do. So the drama group got a comedy. So I was rubbing me dirty little balls together, going, well, they got comedy. What's the comedy class got? So we're going to do a mockumentary on the riots in Manchester, and I went, and I was sat like 2 foot from her.
As for comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were what?
It
Meant to
wasn't going
find
to be
the
a
funny
comedy.
in it, or
No, it was going to
What's
be
the
serious.
funny in the riots of Manchester?
Thank you, Max.
My fucking God.
probably the accident or something. Sure, something funny happened.
You doing a Liam Gallagher?
That'd be it, yeah.
And I kid, how's it going? Not too good. It's not a very happy Monday here, is it?
That's good.
Yeah, I can't think of any more. But we'll come back to that.
More, there.
Just a 10-minute pause of the podcast. But yeah, so I just showed my disdain towards it.
How did you do that?
So I just went,
Oh, nice.
you know, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah.
I could have been a theatre student.
Yeah.
So then she was angry with me about that because I disrespected her.
You went like,
And then I spoke to the rest of the course. I was like, does anyone want to do this?
Yeah.
And it was like,
Got
no.
the union leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to, you know, who's got a
Everyone
problem
want to
with
sigh
it?
with me.
When it comes to who's got a problem with it, it was all, no, Stephen's got a problem with it.
Yeah.
And they were all like, well, I suppose doing a comedy would be better.
Yeah.
But I really didn't like it.
they let you take-
She took issue with Max.
Oh, shocking.
Go on.
I didn't
Yeah.
go to the first lesson because fucking couldn't be bothered.
Too cool.
But I think the second one, I just wore my glasses.
You had sunglasses on.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
fine.
okay. Yeah, no, the word sun was quite vital in that then. Going into the lesson with your glasses on,
No,
I'm
it's
thinking,
cool,
yeah,
man.
that's a bit harsh. What's she annoyed at you for that? Sunglasses. It's a bit arrogant.
Bro's got an image.
And it was coming up to summer.
Yeah, what?
So
Wasn't there yet,
yeah.
please, but, there was
It was
sunlight.
late spring. It was late spring.
The sun is always shining.
Yeah. Not
Always.
in that
In
classroom.
Manchester.
It was dark and grey.
But the thing is, that is basically sums up the whole course. First day we get there, they're like, take your socks and shoes off, parade around the room like you're a cat.
Yeah.
What are
We
you doing?
had a lot of that. We had they did a lot of like you have to like. Did you ever do this? Having to like walk in lines. They were like pretend there's a grid on the floor, and walk along the grid, and interact with people. And they do that for about an hour.
Were you in the North Korean army or something? What's going on? But what I wanted to ask you actually was, how come you live in Manchester?
Moved across here after finishing uni in York
Yeah.
because mate Jack lived over here. Didn't really know what I wanted to do,
No.
so it was like, we're just Manchester's fun. Been across a few times.
And
Moved
you
to
loved the
Manchester.
riots, didn't you?
Yeah. More just for comedy of them. So moved across here, lived in Media City for a year, but I was just working at the Trafford Centre. Oh, this is like
You worked at the
breakdown-
Trafford
yeah,
Centre?
Grim.
What,
I
where?
hate the Trafford Centre.
H&M.
Oh.
There's no
What was the right answer there?
no.
They got a Five Guys.
Ah,
that would have
yeah.
been cool.
Your mum
Steep
likes
slope.
Five Guys, doesn't she?
Pardon?
Your mum likes Five Guys.
Yeah, me.
Once.
My dad. Her dad, probably. He's dead.
Oh, nice one, Smith.
Probably still likes him, though. I don't think his
Nah,
death
nah.
was,
She said he's done now.
waste of, yeah. I've got, there's 5 men in my family, surely.
Well, it doesn't have to just be, men in your family.
I don't think she
What
knows
about
any
our
other
guest
men.
here?
It's a good new segment though.
Yeah. Name 5 guys.
Five
guys.
Shit. 5 guys naming 5 guys.
You can bring some out of your bag.
Like a really shit pyramid
I'm
scheme.
sure they get behind it eventually.
You've got a stinker fish.
I absolutely detest the Trafford Centre.
Me too.
It just
Me too.
overstimulates me.
Same.
I think it's second only to Costco. And I went in there, I was like, "Bleh." No.
Yeah, honestly, I hated it. And then it was. I didn't like who I was becoming in the Trafford
What, in
Centre.
H&M?
Yeah, yeah.
You look lovely in that.
Yeah.
That dress and those shoes.
A little skip up the stairs. No, but I was becoming a bit narky, a little bit rude to the general public.
Really?
And then I remember one day a woman saying to me, "You're a very rude man." As I was behind my tills, and I thought, it actually,
I'm not a man, I'm a
hit me.
squid.
It hit me. And that was the origin story. And it really hit me. I remember going home and being like, I don't want to be a rude man.
No. You've never struck me as rude.
Yeah, but hey, that's what I'm saying. That's what it did to me. I
Yeah.
was just so hated being in there
Broken.
that I was just
Wow.
narky with people.
God.
Yeah, that's not
It
good.
annoyed me.
So, you finished uni.
Mm.
Did you learn theatre?
No, I don't want to. I had a really fun time at uni, but I went to uni for the uni experience.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I thought I'm going to do a course
Getting laid.
that I think I'll enjoy.
Doing drugs.
I just skipped them bits annoyingly.
It's actually the learning bit I really liked.
None of them lectures. Ah.
I almost didn't make it onto the. Like, I got to uni, like York. I'm from Wiltshire, so it's like about a 5-hour drive, and my parents drove me up, and then you have Freshers Week where nothing really happens, and then you have to go and sign on. Go and register for
Most
the
of our course sign on after the comedy degree.
To be fair,
They
A few
advised
weeks
me to
after.
start with it early on. Just get a few years head start.
When
That
the
was the
open
first
spots
module.
dry up. Yeah.
And I remember it was you need to go and register to show your hair and then enjoy Freshers Week. But I got in a habit of sleeping until about 3. And I just didn't. I forgot to go and register, and then I got an email being like,
Sorry,
unless,
there's no the squid here.
the thing is, Ryan still goes to some Freshers events.
Yeah, he
so if you want
does.
to
He
experience it,
He
just
tries
go
to
with
get
him.
his sex drive back up by going there, taking himself back a few years.
what
It's
Freshers
not
events are you going to?
Right, when none of this is true. Right, I've not been to any.
You think the lady doth protest
Freshers
too much?
events. Well,
Said Ryan.
well, there was. Yeah.
Now shut it!
I
you
did have
would
to
want
go-
me, you would.
I had to once do Vox Pop. Is it Vox Pops or Vox Pop?
Last year he was at Parklife interviewing young women saying, "Are you looking forward to Doja Cat? Oh,
What are you wearing?
Leave him alone."
That was a
yeah,
question.
And hi,
Hi,
He didn't like who he was
wearing?
becoming
That was
at
on
his
the
Vox
list.
Pop job.
yeah. I've
He
asked.
didn't like who he was becoming before the Vox Pops.
He
I
liked
don't do
during
that
it though. Yeah, this is the Rhino.
Yeah. Well, because I said to them I didn't want to do Vox Pops anymore, and then they said, "Oh, well, do you want to do the Parklife one?" And then that can be your last one. I was like,
Go out with a
all right
bang.
then. Yeah. I've never been
Rhino's
to
got
Parklife. But yeah, once I did after Vox Pops freshers, just asking uni-based questions. But I wasn't chatting anyone up.
You were trying.
trying.
It was horrible to watch.
I don't think I was.
Bro's got no riz.
With something like that, are you better off leaning into it or acting a bit too cool for it?
Oh, I
think you're acting. You're asking the wrong guy there.
Honestly, I was just getting through it.
Yeah.
That's just like
Batten down the hatches.
It gets to a point though where it's like you have to just try and get an answer out of them so you can just move on to the next.
You're fucking
question.
telling us, right?
Yeah.
You're fucking telling us.
Yeah.
Have you watched the podcast? 1,000-yard stare. Anyway, Liam, back to you. So, did you? What was your big performance? I'm sure there must have been a breakout moment where you went, "Yes, the theatre is for me."
No, I didn't.
Yeah, not really, mate. You want to calm down there, fella?
I did youth theatre, but like it wasn't anything like anyone could do it. Like
Yeah.
I just
Not
was
now.
there.
Not anyone.
And I enjoyed the like the camaraderie of it. I enjoyed the after parties. I enjoyed show
Yes.
weeks. It was all a bit of fun.
Theatre?
Yeah, it was like ages. No, it's just sounded a bit weird.
Ages
now.
in your trousers.
You could be. I think you could have to be between like 13 and up to like maybe like 19.
Yeah.
So then like the older section, we'd sort of go out and stuff. I enjoyed that.
Oh, okay.
And then when it was like I want to go to uni and just have the uni experience and get out of Wiltshire,
Yeah.
I was like, what course might I find fun?
Yeah.
I thought, theatre. I enjoyed doing sort of show weeks and messing about with mates and stuff. I'll just do that.
I guess for anyone who isn't aware of the Squid and who you are, Liam, how would you describe your style of videos and your style of comedy?
It is. We've had the word whimsical associated with it, but I'm not too sure what that word means. But it feels like it's quite
Whimsical,
fitting. It feels like it's fitting.
Yeah.
Whimsical. It's a bit daft. There's some relate. We basically set. So it's a lot of it's online sketches. It's almost entirely online sketches at the minute. Trying to make
Have you
it
not
up big
taken
a
any
minute
out
is-
to the streets?
Yeah, yeah, not yet. Get
A couple of H&M, got called rude.
But it is. We sort of there's a lot of that, as you know, at the like online of like sketch comedy online.
Yeah.
But we find a lot of it is quite repetitive.
Yeah.
Not from ourselves. So we sort of set a precedent when we started of let's. And it's not saying it makes us any better than anyone, but of like we don't want to ever do two sketches the same.
Yeah.
So it's everything's original, everything's a new idea. Which obviously with that comes some that don't land.
Ryan said there's no such thing as an original joke the other day.
Well, every
The guy who's been saying the same jokes for 12 years
Well,
said
yeah,
there's no
that.
such thing as an original joke.
No, I can't remember. I was watching an interview with someone. And
So
they
that
said-
wasn't even an original
so
thought.
Ryan's just ripping off someone's quote. Yeah, Ryan. But yeah, whenever I speak about you to someone or they reference you, it's always really positive and
That's nice.
Yeah.
oh that not this is going to sound horrible. Oh, that guy. When I go
Yeah.
because often when you say the Squid, people are like
Yeah.
who, and then you show them your face. They go, him, yeah.
It's crazy how
So you have
quickly you get them
captured
out
that.
as well.
Yeah, we try and I don't know. It was a bit because obviously at the start you don't know where it's going to go. So even the name, it's like people go, "Where did the name come from?" And we're like,
Is
"Well,
there's
we did one step ahead." And but, like, we were like, "Well, if you think like we didn't when we made the page, we didn't know that people were going to end up seeing it.
Yeah.
You take a chance, and we're like, if no one sees it, no one sees it, or if someone sees it, they're like it will do better because of the way the algorithm works. The more people that are engaging with it, the better it goes. I've explained that hideously. Cut that. That's awful.
That's the only bit we're
He's
keeping in.
exposed the algorithm.
So it was like we were like, we'll just take a chance, put something out there. If no one sees it, no one sees it. But so you're not thinking about the name. You just need to make an account. Don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
He's so dancing around this name
And then,
thing.
yeah, no, there's no. But he rhymes.
I bet it's something horrible. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
what happened with the
Yes,
Squid, mate?
yeah.
What'd you do at the beach? Why did you have to leave Wiltshire?
The Squid, we don't talk about him around these parts.
Not round here.
He was called the Squits. when we knew. I'm gonna leave.
We just came up with a name, put it out, and then the video started getting a bit of following, and then it's only. Sorry, no, you said about you turn them out quite quickly. That's only been recently since we've been able to do it full time.
Oh, it's impressive though.
We've put a bit of like a posting schedule in place, so we go, let's hold ourselves accountable to post every Tuesday and Friday, and put that in the bio. So it's like, right, we have to stick to that now. Not that anyone cares. No one
It's
sat at
good
home.
for you though, isn't it?
No one
to
sat
have
at home
that?
on a Friday going, Squid ain't posted yet. But yeah, they've lied. Oh, he's dead. But yeah, so it's not, as you say, it's nice for us to hold ourselves accountable to that and go, when we make sure we get 2 out. Because there's no excuse when you're doing it sort of full time, is there?
Are there any videos, I guess with TikTok and Instagram, sometimes you can have an idea which you think is, we have nailed it.
Yeah.
And then it goes out and like, why aren't people watching this? If you put loads of effort into a joke or something and it's just not.
It's definitely. It's certainly a lot earlier on that and then on the flip side, there's stuff where you're just like, should we even put this out? Is this a bit crap? And then you put it out and it goes flying.
Yeah.
Like we did one the other week about listening to voice messages from like a dead friend, basically. Oh yeah. And it just a little bit relatable, and it will be in sort of drug related and stuff, and showing that to the grieving parents. And we were like, it feels like a bit of a simple joke. Maybe we don't put it out, and then we put it out and it got like 150,000 likes or something.
When you say we, who else is involved?
So it's myself, my girlfriend Zoe, and my friend. Yeah,
we got
sorry, mate. And my friend Jack. We sort of do it as a 3. So me and Jack started doing it when we lived in Manchester a couple of years ago. And then me and Zoe moved away, so then Zoe got a bit more involved.
Jack was angry about that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he's let us back to Manchester recently, and then
caught you in his net.
Yeah. And then we're sort of all work on it together now, which is fun.
And me and Ryan make sketches. Is all me. If you haven't got that yet, I do all the writing, and all the comments are just Rhino.
Yeah, I can't help it.
I was saying to Ryan, I saw. Take it you've seen this Ryan Lock edit on TikTok.
Yeah, I saw. I sent him one.
Yeah, there's that
Send
person's
him
made
one.
a couple of them.
There's many.
There's more than one.
Yeah,
Don't beg it.
Same account,
There's
or-
2. There's 2.
There's 2. My God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to do something sexy for the camera now? So they've got some sort of something new to clip up.
Run your fingers through your hair.
Not that hair.
Oh, very nice.
That's so Paul Breach.
I've not watched any of his content, so.
Who's your icons?
Who do I like? A lot of the classics. Find Bob Mortimer really funny, and Stephen Murch, and all their classics. Really.
Yeah.
But then in terms of online, it's been nice to get some who were like the online inspirations. People like, do you know Josh Pugh?
Yeah.
I remember seeing his stuff and being like, I love that, because he just films himself. All his videos are literally, which is how we started, like front-facing camera, just up against a plain wall, delivering just some daft lines about a funny
You can put
concept.
some effort up with the wall if you want, you know.
Yeah, Josh. You're on
Yeah,
notice.
yeah.
It's optional. And it was just like, you're like funnier than most stuff. It's getting like a lot of money put behind it on TV.
Yeah.
Well, he's a really good stand-up, isn't he?
Yeah, and he also does stand up. The other one was Alistair Green, if you know him.
I
Yeah.
love Alistair
he's
Green.
good.
He's
Remember watching
amazing.
his stuff and
Yeah.
just being like, you are so funny, and it is literally just like you in a white box.
He's brilliant.
He's so good. So that was a bit of the inspiration for moving into being like, oh, okay, it's not all nauseating being on TikTok.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? No, I'm joking.
You can go.
So you, well, this is the thing when you talk about mainstream, like if you speak to the mainstream, okay, the TV people, they're going, well, you know, it's all online now.
That's
So you got this
Yeah.
weird crossover where
Mm.
you dream of mainstream where they
It was so interesting when sorry, Max, when I saw no, go on, you go.
No, please.
Ryan, go on.
It's the dream, eh?
What?
My mate Jake, I do our podcast with. He's got very much a TV.
What is your
background.
podcast? Sorry, we
The
should
pub-
promote this.
The Pub Quiz Pod.
Nice.
So
PQP?
all the P's.
Yeah.
So we get a real quiz master to send in their pub quiz, and then myself, Jake, and a celebrity guest will take on the podcast. No, take on the quiz
that's cool,
on
yeah.
the podcast, which is good fun. But Jake's very much got a TV background. He's a TV producer, works on a lot of TV comedy
Is that why
shows,
you're
and then
friends
has
with
sort
him?
of gone into sort of doing sketches off the back of that, really. But yeah, it was so interesting talking to him and his mates who all work on TV, who were like,
yeah, of course.
we're really interested in what you're doing because that feels like the way it's going.
Yeah.
And then from my perspective, I'm like, I'm just really interested in what you guys are doing because that's sort of what I want to do.
But then you just sit there in silence.
yeah.
No, I am interested.
Yeah.
I think it's clever to at least have that knowledge of, you know, having friends with that sort of background. Because my friend here, he works in the Cube.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah?
Nothing wrong with it, but he just doesn't really tell you much about the industry, you know. It's
Yeah.
all
Some
secrets.
big names
it's all,
attached to the
It's all,
Cube.
what, Schofield did
Yeah,
this?
you knew about
did what?
Schofield, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Ryan
he's
Ryan
defended him.
first, yeah.
Yeah, he knew. He was taking down the cardboard cutouts of him long before we found out. He wouldn't say why.
no, I've never
Under the
met.
thumb, mate.
Literally, every time I do a shift there, I get called Schofield.
That's
It's-
awful.
yeah,
Why?
A lot of the staff do. It's just people just say, "Oh, well, you know, where's Philip? Where's Philip?"
And what do you say?
It's
Have you got like
"Oh,
a great
good one,
comeback?
guys.
You just
good
leave
one."
off my side,
Oh,
please,
sorry,
Phil.
mate.
So he just go, that's a good one, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one. What else? What else you got?
So I asked someone for their QR code, and they were like, "Oh, you don't see Philip Schofield getting out his QR code?" And I went, "Oh, we didn't see him do a lot of things."
Nah, there you
Yeah,
go.
that always gets.
He got a degree in comedy.
Yeah.
He always gets a laugh.
Well, I use that probably daily.
Right.
Get the disciplinary the next day.
Yeah.
Can you stop saying that line about?
Can you stop wearing a name badge that says Phil Schofield, please?
They actually sent out, and we got all sent like a letter, like a social media policy sort of thing, and so we're not allowed to even speak about the Cube, like on social media. or
You're
anything.
doing it now.
I know. I was reading it, thinking.
Fired
They
tomorrow.
don't watch this. They don't watch this.
Yeah.
That's awful. You should promote it,
I'm
man.
trying not to push it as well.
You're not
Why can't
pushing
you
it.
talk about the Cube on social media?
It's because it's owned by like ITV, and they have. So we have people from ITV come round and check that all the rules are still being applied.
Yeah.
They want
Nice.
to get a real
It's
job.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Are they still
Yeah.
being applied?
Yeah, more or less.
Oh,
Yeah,
well done.
yeah.
Everyone's humping 15-year-olds. Nice.
Good job,
Is
guys.
that one of the
in
Cube
order,
games?
Keep it up, Ryan.
You're doing
Ryan
it wrong.
has got the whole. Yeah.
What's the best sitcom? So you mentioned Stephen Merchant and The Office. Is that in your
It
eyes?
is up there as one of the best, isn't it? But I'll say a bit of a rogue shout. I don't know if you've watched it. Detectorists.
Yeah, I've just finished that.
Really?
Yeah,
What did you
it was
think?
good.
It's not
I
a
loved
good
it.
sign. It's not a good sign.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. It's like a bit of a drama as well, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
not like all-
yeah. I like ones with like real people
yeah.
rather than like daft ones. You know, when it's all a bit like
Well, is the
You know,
guy
stuff
in
like
that,
Red
like the
Bull.
older guy? He looks a bit like a budgie.
Toby Jones.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
TJ.
Him and Mackenzie Crook.
Yeah.
He wrote it, I
Oh,
believe.
okay. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
What's it?
It's
Is it literally
it's
just
good.
using
metal,
the metal
detectors, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like I love stuff which is like really based in realism. Like it's such real characters.
Yeah.
Like a bit like, you know, that's sort of why we like The Office, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
real sort of like real people.
but I really like extras, and that's more.
Yeah, it's a bit more, but it's even still though there's still elements of that which is
I just want to laugh. I don't
Yeah.
care about realism. Just make me laugh. The in-betweeners is. I sometimes forget about that, but I think that I could rewatch that more than other shows. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
just,
really
just
yeah,
makes me laugh.
Very
Yeah.
funny, that.
yeah.
Simple. I'm a simple boy. What about you, Ryan?
Oh, I love The American Office. That's one of my
Yeah.
favourites.
Yeah.
Mainly because I just love Michael Scott. I
Mm.
think he's great.
Yeah, you know when he sort of goes out of it in the last two series,
Mm.
my interest really dipped off there.
I think a lot of
I
people
sort of
Yeah.
realised
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah, that's why they
carried
finished
the
it.
show, didn't
I
they?
realised actually. I was
You're going to watch the
watching
new one.
Is there a new
There's
one?
a spin-off
Yeah.
Nah,
called The
Australian,
Paper, I
isn't
think. Yeah.
I'm not interested in that.
No.
Yeah,
I've had my fill of The Office.
yeah.
Yeah.
You'll fill up.
All full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Me too, man.
They call me the Wernham Hog.
Max,
Bit fun.
a little
All right.
question for you.
Oh, another
because,
question.
We're recording this the day before Friday the 13th, and you have a massive phobia of the
Yeah.
number 13 and Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it. I've got work tomorrow. It's my first proper shift as a manager.
Oh yeah, Max got a promotion.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, well deserved. You know, 6 weeks. I fucking deserve that. And yeah, Friday the 13th is awful, isn't it?
No, it's fine. It's just another day.
Has anything bad ever happened to you on Friday the 13th?
I tend to not do stuff on Friday the 13th. I've made it a rule not to go out or do anything. I've had a few like horrible arguments that have ended in tears.
Okay.
2013, not a good year for me.
I think you're acting up on Friday the 13th.
I don't know.
That's why you're
13.
arguing.
You're making me worried about Friday the 13th.
Oh, you're on holiday, aren't you?
I'm flying tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah.
That's
My
And I
bad
had
luck
no
would be
issues
you.
with it until I spoke to you.
Fuck.
Put it in my head.
Yeah, it's look, I'm not like. It's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable feeling.
I know what you mean. I wouldn't call myself someone who's superstitious, but I saw that date in my calendar and I thought,
Yeah, it's
I
not
look
good.
forward to it.
do you?
Yeah.
Bit of
'Cause-
adrenaline.
Because people are scared and I'm not scared of it. So
So
I'm
you're just going
like
down the
that
street
cocky
going,
around it.
Uh.
No,
Fuck off.
no, I will get battered if is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
'Cause that could really explain what's going on here. I'm the
you
manager
went
of Frog and Bucket, you know. This guy had a bucket on the street of Manchester asking for pennies the other week. Now he's the manager. Yeah, never asked for pennies.
Bucket full
ask
of
for-
pennies, man. It's not going to be a lot.
No,
Not even
heavy
a
as
meal deal.
well.
Yeah,
Makes you think.
not for these guys.
Are you going to implement anything as a?
Yeah,
manager?
yeah. Oh, yeah, I am. There's a few things that need changing. I'll talk about that on the Patreon.
Oh, sorry.
£4 a month, or £6 if you use the app. We put out a show every
Don't
Friday.
use the app. We don't get the extra money.
Do we not?
No. If people pay £6, we only get
Really?
the same as we would
That's
£4.
shocking.
Yeah. If
Shocking.
you're paying £6, cancel it
Yeah,
and get the £4.
and get the £4 one. Yeah, we'll talk about it on there. I don't want to give out my great management ideas
No,
on the free fucking podcast.
that's a good point.
I'm
That's
gonna
a
get
good point.
paid for that.
Yeah. Or you're scared of it being public.
Yeah.
Anyway, Liam, have you had many jobs prior to?
Touched on H&M. Did a bit of hotel work at the Hilton. That's probably my favourite job.
Ooh.
Which one?
One in York.
Okay.
What were you doing there?
I was it was mainly like weddings and like events like that, sort of bar work.
Okay.
Not much to report. It was fun. Actually, most interesting job I had after I left H&M, because it was like before. It was sort of while the comedy was starting to take off a bit. but
Anger management started.
not quite enough to sort of, what do you call, throw your hat on it, rest your hat, rest on my lot. What
Yeah,
what
just
phrase am I looking for? Rest on it. Not quite enough to lean
Do
on.
it full time.
Yeah.
Rest on me Laurel and Hardy's.
I went out to lived out in Spain for a few months.
Oh, yeah.
and
What?
taught English.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun for a few
Hola?
months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hola. Yeah.
Buenos dias.
All
Yeah.
the only thing I knew out there, because that was, I think I lost respect in the classrooms when they realised the guy teaching them Spanish, this guy teaching them English couldn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was a bit of, especially when they're like 13, 14 and they're thinking
Muy
for themselves a
bien.
bit.
Bueno.
They're sort of a bit, hang on,
That's fucking weird.
trying to talk to me in
Bueno.
Spanish and I'm going, lo siento. No hablo español. They're going, who are you, Billy Big Bollocks, stood up there lecturing us?
They're saying that.
Why
you
would you
taught well.
teach them that?
yeah.
What a weird thing.
I think the only thing I ever knew in Spain and the only thing I needed was uno margarita pizza, por favor.
Oh yeah.
Or when my friend
Wow.
visited, dos margarita pizza, por favor.
I'm eating two. She can watch.
Y una cerveza.
Yeah.
I
Nice,
don't know
yeah.
who's impressed by that, but yeah.
I am.
It's now time for Stephen Lies.
Hey.
Stephen lies, Stephen sweet little lies. Oh yeah, he's proper fit and gives me a wide on.
Yes, this is a great segment where you will be trying to lie and get past three great detectives. Do you have 3 stories?
I do. Let me just, I jotted down the
Oh,
headlines.
so you?
If that's all right.
I was explaining Stephen lies on the car over, being like with the cards and everything.
Oh, mate, you need
I
to
was-
shut
I
up.
was being polite,
Yeah,
wasn't
You
I?
need
I
to- you need to
No.
shut up.
Not been,
Okay.
The comments
So
are right, mate.
Do you want the 3 headlines?
Yes, please. Yeah.
I got mugged at a funeral.
Hmm.
I was coerced into getting naked on stage.
Oh, no.
I got ran over by my sister.
And one truth amongst
There's
those.
one truth amongst them.
Ooh.
Untruth.
Instantly, I'm thinking last one's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Stephen Lies. Should we dive into... Ryan, why don't you take the lead?
Yeah. What was the first one? Sorry, the mugging.
Yeah, I got
Mugging
mugged at a
on-
funeral.
Mugged at a funeral. What happened there then?
Good
What-
question, Ryan.
What? Yeah.
Literally the only question you need to
Is that
ask.
true? Is that true then?
Is it
I
can't
was
believe
at
that for a
a
second.
funeral and I got mugged.
like whilst the film was going on?
No,
Do
it
you,
was.
do you want to look at something else over there? Just play with it.
I'm
got some
asking my
keys in my pocket, you
questions.
can jingle
So you got mugged at the funeral whilst it was going on. Oh, fuck me.
Is that true?
Did it happen outside?
If I get mugged at your funeral,
Was it during?
Well,
It was at the wake.
Ah,
It was at the wake.
you awake?
I am awake. I mean, these are the questions.
These are the questions, Stephen. Whose funeral was it?
It was my nan's funeral.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
Rest in
thank you,
peace.
mate. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
she a nice nan?
Yeah. I remember she came round once. I don't think my mum was too keen on her because I remember she once came down to visit and my mum found her hiding a bottle of vodka between the bin bag and the bin.
Well, your nan hid it.
Yeah, but Lan hid it so she could sort of swig on it throughout the day. And then she said she'd take me and my sister out the other day. I think we must have been about 8 and 6.
So he has a sister.
And we were in. She took us to Weatherspoons.
Nice.
Oh,
Just sat in
no.
Weatherspoons.
Can I ask how old you are now?
I'm 25.
Well,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
who mugged you at this funeral?
well,
Was
this was the
it a
thing.
relative?
So, well, I was sort of led to believe. So, Nan's funeral, a lot of people there who you don't know. You know, there's a whole background of family who you're not too sure about. So, there
Open
was
bar?
loads of people there who I didn't know.
Yeah.
And there was this one guy in particular going round. You know, you just chat to people, you're mingling. And he was sort of going around chatting to everyone. And I got chatting to him at the
Nice.
bar. He came and sat next to me, chatted at the bar. Chatting away. I went to the toilet, came back, he'd gone, and then I later realised my wallet was also gone.
Why did you leave your wallet there if you go into the toilet?
It was in my coat pocket.
I guess also you feel safe.
So
if it's-
yeah, so you think
No,
you're
you've just
all around
seen
family.
death.
You think you're totally around family.
yeah.
Yeah, but the death was about a month before. It wasn't
All right, yeah.
all very quick. Yeah, I'd left. I put my coat on the back of a chair. Wallet was in the pocket,
Yeah.
and he'd obviously taken it out of there.
Was he?
while I was in
What
the
was he
toilet.
dressed in?
Wow. Just funeral attire. It was just like a suit, like everyone else. He blended in well. But
Yeah.
this is the thing. I think what we went on to realise was he wasn't a relative. No one knew him
Funeral crasher.
because we got chatting. You know, you talk to people after that, and it was a bit of a thing of like, has anyone seen Liam's wallet? And you go around chatting.
And you go, actually, it's the squid.
Well, I was chatting to that guy. Yeah, I was chatting to that guy at the bar. Who actually is he? And it transpired no one actually really knew who he was.
That's genius.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a thing he regularly did.
Did he steal anything else?
No one else. I assume he got my wallet and thought I'd cut my losses and get out here.
Right, okay.
Did you have a lot in your wallet?
It would have just been some cash. I was only like 18.
What was
Love
was your
some
nan
cash.
cremated or buried? May I ask?
She was buried. It was a. And funnily enough, the song they played when the coffin was going down was "You Raised Me Up."
Beautiful.
I thought it was a bit of fun. I remember that. Like it's the only it was a proper like traditional. Is it Catholic funeral? It's all that proper burial.
Yeah.
Getting in a car.
Buried the hard drives as well.
Got in a car with with car leaving the cemetery with my dad, my uncle, and
And this bloke. Who,
yeah. And my dad's one of my dad's old friends, this guy called Simon, who's a very camp man. And
Okay.
literally, I was still like wiping the tears away in the back of this funeral car. We hadn't even left the cemetery. I'd never met this bloke Simon before any other day, and he turned to me and went, "So you pop your cherry yet, then, Liam?"
Simon.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got mugged twice that day.
Two things taken from me that day.
Oh,
So what was the second story?
I got coerced into getting naked on stage.
is this for your theatre course?
No, it wasn't. This was at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and went to watch this show. Didn't know what it was, and it was what made it weird was it was sort of like an afternoon show.
Yeah.
So you're not
Too
expecting
early
anything
for-
untoward.
Yeah,
So
no,
you
of
just,
course.
yeah, we're gonna see what this is about. Go watch a free show, sitting there, and yeah, he got me. This guy came out, and he
What's his name?
Simon.
I don't know what. I'm not sure I recognise you.
You raise me up.
And yeah, the guy he got me on stage, but I didn't volunteer. He sort of came
You
out.
just raised one of your
and got me,
tentacles.
Yeah, I had a spasm in a testicle. Tentacle.
It's a spasm, I promise.
Squirting ink.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry.
This is clever comedy.
Dear.
Sorry, guys.
he got me on stage and he coerced me into getting naked in front of like 300-400 people on Saturday
Raised at
afternoon.
400
It's a
people
lot
at
of
an Edinburgh
people.
Fringe show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
Nah, mate.
How?
Yeah.
So
Don't worry, Ethan. We'll get to
he
that.
went.
Sorry.
So this is what it was. It's only when I look back at the end, I was like, I don't know how he did it, but he basically got me on stage, and he was like, "You got to copy everything I do." So.
Simon says.
And he started, and he started dancing, like doing a bit of a like, sort of two-step dance, and a few hundred people in the crowd all clapping. You sort of get a bit swept in that, and you're okay, yeah, right. I thought copy the dance, and then he kicked off his shoes, and I kicked off my shoes,
Nice.
and then he took off his top. And everyone's a bit like, "Ooh, is he gonna cop? How far is he gonna go?" Took my top off, gave in to peer pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then he took off his trousers,
Oh.
and I was thinking, I really actually don't want to do this. But I did it because of peer pressure. And then I was going to go on.
Then what goes on after the pants are off?
So we're both stood there in our pants. I didn't take my pants off. So me and
Just
this
round
guy
your
are
ankle?
both stood in our boxers.
Mm.
And then he goes, I need another volunteer. Gets this other guy up from me. I thought, here we go. He's going to be another one in for a bit of a
Yeah.
grill in here. We're all going to look like Muppets. But no, he handed this other guy, this other volunteer, a full roll of clingfilm. And me and the other guy, the host, in our pants, had to stand back to back while this guy in the audience wrapped us both in clingfilm. And then the grand finale of the show was me and the guy both in our boxes breaking out for clingfilm.
That's dog shit,
Wow.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Annoyingly, that does sound like something you get at the Fringe.
Yeah, but
300 people is
400
mental.
people watching that.
And I turned to him. I did get a bit of a laugh in there. I turned to him sort of whilst we were in the clingfilm. I went, but by the way, I am 17. And that was a bit of fun.
You were ran over, did you say?
Yeah, by my sister.
Is your sister older or younger?
Older, 8 years older.
Forget it. And how old were you when this happened?
I was 9.
So 8 years, 17.
Yeah.
She was.
So she just passed,
Wow.
or was about to pass. And basically, my parents bought her a car, and it was. I remember it was like parked on the driveway, and it was like, it was quite a big thing. They were buying her a car,
Yeah,
a bit
of
of a surprise.
course, yeah.
And then she came back, and it was like a bit of surprise. We all went out and watched her reaction to like getting the car, and then it was
Was
like,
it a good
"Hey."
reaction?
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
yeah, sort of
Well
like,
done.
oh wow, like didn't
He
expect
does
this sort of
theatre, he
thing.
knows what to do.
And then she got in the car. She got in the car. I was like, oh, turn it on, see how it feels. And I think what had happened is my parents parked it in first.
As
So,
a
like,
test.
they leave it in first. Some people leave it in first when
If
they
you're on a
park
hill.
it.
Yeah.
But I think they'd left it in first. So she turned it on, and wasn't as competent as we thought. And the car like sort of flew forward and into me.
Really?
Bang, 9-year-old, bang.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Dead.
Yeah.
Any injuries?
No, sort of. I did like bang my head a bit. It wasn't good. Like there was tears. Let's put it that way. There was tears.
Right. You
Not
were
just
nice.
from me.
crybaby, mate.
Not just from
I
me.
would have tanked
So
it.
you banged your head. Is that from being knocked into a wall?
Yeah, like really sort of knocked back into the road, basically. But it was a good, like a real force of like thrown back a bit.
I'm
Really, like-
confused. You got knocked into the road.
No, not into the road.
So
it was
she,
like
she
parked
was
on the
parked
driveway.
towards the house.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
She goes forwards, straight into your 9-year-old body.
Yeah.
You go flying backwards.
Okay.
Oh, carnage.
And you hit your head
No,
on
it
the
was
floor.
like reverse parked into the drive.
Either way.
Yeah, and bang, I go flying back. But I didn't get taken to the.
So would have the car kept going over you if you just went straight back?
She did manage to stop it, but lucky it hit me at such a force because I think I was stood in it. We weren't expecting it to
Yeah.
go, so we all sort of stood. Hey, like, you enjoying your new car? Bang forward, knocked me at a good force, and it actually threw me back a bit.
Did you get anything as compensation?
Got a new car?
Not that I remember. Not that I recall really. No.
Wow.
Surely at
Should've
that
done.
age you should wangle a
I think
magazine.
my parents wanted it all quite quiet because she hadn't actually passed her test yet. I think it was like ready for when she passed. So she
Okay.
shouldn't have been in it.
Right.
She shouldn't have been behind the wheel. Shouldn't have been going anywhere. Wouldn't have been insured yet, I doubt.
So why were you stood in front of it?
Because we just stood around watching the reaction.
Idiots,
You
idiots.
know what I mean? All looking at the car. Idiots. 9-year-old
So
idiot.
stupid.
9-year-old idiot.
Stupid. Never stand in
Fucking
front of it.
Muppet, mate.
And what car was it?
It was a Ford Fiesta. Silver.
was
Lost
that
me
out
there.
back
Lost me
then?
there. Yeah, well, it would have been. Yeah,
I don't know about that.
but that's
Is it
such a
out?
generic car. Ford Fiesta. Actually, it's got a bit of power. I wouldn't give that to just someone who's just
Could a
passed.
Ford Fiesta hit a 9-year-old kid and make him go flying?
We'll find out after the break.
That's a Patreon special this month.
Welcome back to Mythbusters.
Any?
Oh, they're
leanings
all
after that?
very well crafted stories.
They are.
The grandma's funeral. There's a lot of information there.
There is. I do
But-
believe his nan's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
I do,
Oh, you do? Yeah.
but I don't believe you got mugged. I'm not having it. Why
I'm
would you go
opposite.
for a 17-year-old's
You were
wallet?
so sure about
Or-
the car one.
I was initially, but then I think, why you stood in front of a car?
But then if you just watching someone get in, you'd be like, yeah, well done, mate.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, maybe you wouldn't.
We're going,
but-
where's my car?
In my defence, she wasn't meant to be driving it anywhere. It wasn't like.
You said she'd passed, didn't you?
No, she. It was just before she passed.
I wouldn't
believe.
get someone in a car before they passed. There's extra pressure there. And a Ford Fiesta.
Should have an adult in the car with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And that's
a
why I
mess.
didn't go to a doctor's or a hospital or anything because my parents
Oh.
were a bit like, I don't think.
No, he's explained it, so I'm thinking that's a lie.
So
So
only-
I'm leaning
three.
towards Edinburgh.
I think Edinburgh. I think the
really?
300, the 300 to 400 people is a bit shocking.
Yeah, that's.
But I do feel like something in Edinburgh.
Why would you talk about clingfilm and that? That's
Well, I
such a
feel
weird
that-
detail.
Yeah, I feel like
Ah.
what you said about the show sounds like something that would happen in Edinburgh.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you think, Liam?
The only thing
Has
that
that ever worked on a guest
like-
before?
Weirdly, it probably has. Yeah.
The only thing that, like, with the Edinburgh one, I just think 300 to 400 people, like, you wouldn't get. Maybe if it was a big name at the Edinburgh Fringe, but I don't think you'd get that.
Who
at
was
a
it?
Random
Who was
night.
the name of the show?
The act was just called Cabaret. So we didn't know
Cabaret.
what to expect. It'd be like cabaret show.
Oh
Wouldn't that be a family show?
no, cabaret's all like lingerie
No,
and
but
stuff like
during
that.
the-
No,
during
and
the
then it was
afternoon.
just a bloke with pink hair on the poster.
Right, we need to decide
Yeah.
one.
I mean, I think the mugging one's the real one.
Really?
Yeah, but I think I'm outvoted here.
Well, we haven't voted yet.
Yep.
There must be stories which are similar to
I
something
think
that
they're all
actually
true
happened.
in a way, but there'll be some like oh, your sister probably did get a car, but she probably didn't hit you.
I don't think it's the car one because it'd be silly to leave it. If you're
Yeah.
if you're on a hill and the car's facing forwards, why would you be in first? Because you're just going to fly.
It
off.
wasn't on a. Well, it was on the flat.
Oh, it was flat.
Hmm.
You were talking about a hill. Nice one, Ryan.
No, I'm saying you.
Whose
you
side
mainly
are you
put it in
on?
first gear if you're on a hill.
What do you think? Oh, you're still going mugging.
I
What do you think,
firmly
Max?
think the mugging.
So the Edinburgh one's the one that I think's that does sound like a show in Edinburgh, but then you could just be ugh. Out of all of them, Edinburgh, but then mugging, then car.
So you're not believing car?
No.
I'll go car. So one of us will be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Ethan get the deciding vote in that?
No,
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I guess so.
You can tell us what you're thinking, Ethan, but we've mixed it up. We've not got a majority.
There'll be one winner,
Yeah.
maybe two.
I don't think there was enough challenging on the mugging story. I feel like there's holes in the other ones. Clingfilm, I don't know if you were maybe staring at Steve's chair and you think if you saw last week's episode with the beans and you just thought clingfilm.
He hasn't seen that.
No. I'd think the mugging is the real story. Very good liar.
Yeah.
Lots of details to all this.
Yeah, you,
Which sort of
you've
puts me
sold
off
those
you a bit.
stories.
That's all I wanted from this.
Can you please tell us which one was true?
The truth was the Edinburgh show.
Ah, well done.
Cheers, guys.
Wow.
Still
I
worse
was
than to get
convinced.
naked on stage.
I mean, that is a horrible thing to chip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the reason why it was so busy actually was because it was at year just after COVID when it was sort of like they sort of half did the fringe.
Yeah, okay.
So there wasn't as many shows, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
still all the punters.
To be
Wow.
fair, if you call your show Cabaret as well,
Such a weird thing
Yeah.
to do in an afternoon.
It was, but also I think what we sort of reflected on it after, but you come off of it a bit giddy, like, whoa, what was that? That was weird.
yeah.
And then you reflect on it and like, ooh, that was a bit easy. And
Do you want to call him out? Do you want to call him out?
Yeah, mate, whoever you are. Also, I would actually, can I use this as a platform to say, I'd love someone else who was there or who went and watched the show that year to tell me, did that happen every night? Cabaret, Edinburgh Fringe 2021,
Hmm.
at the Underbelly, I believe. Did anyone else get brought up on stage by a man with pink hair, stripped down to your pants and wrapped in cling film to
That
him?
is weird.
And
isn't
also,
it?
he was nothing wrong with this, but he was definitely gay.
Oh, so
And also, he picked me. I didn't volunteer. He came out because he was juggling. He came out, started juggling. He came out, gave me one of the
Came out
juggling
during the
sticks,
show.
and he went, "Yeah, that's how I know." He came out with one of his sticks, gave it to me, just made a beeline for me, gave it to me, and went, "I need you to hold that up because in a minute you're gonna need to throw it in because I'm gonna juggle like 5 things." And then he went. So I was there with it held up ready, and he went back on stage and went, "We need a volunteer." They sold me a kipper.
Yeah.
Done me up a kipper there.
Can't
Yeah.
believe you threw your sister under the bus there.
She threw me under the car. Actually, she didn't.
Very well done, though.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
amazing.
Convincing
Well played, that was
stories.
I was
tough.
pleased to win that. Thank you.
Probably the hardest one yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Definitely this series, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, there was no truth in the other ones. I wanted to go with something that was just.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I
That's
just
really
thought-
good.
I feel it's not as fun if you just sort of they're all a bit true.
Yeah. Is your grandma okay?
No, she is dead. That bit was true.
Is Simon real?
Simon is real. Yeah,
So it's basically
actually, it was a bit of truth. Yeah.
You're going to go home now and your wallet's going to be gone.
I thought I recognised you.
It's now time for our next segment,
Ooh.
which is IMAX.
Oh. Can we skip it this week?
Fucking hell, I hate this segment.
And they do all sound the same with these, it's, your movie theories.
Well, no, I don't think these all sound
It's
the
truthful.
same. Some of these are good. Some of these are hashtag mid. Hey guys, who here loves the movies?
Yay.
Squid.
Episode 8, It's
What?
episode 8. You
What's that
can't-
mean?
This is how you start every film.
Yeah,
Who loves
we've
the
got,
movies?
we got new people in.
He hates
That
them.
literally had a chance then to say I love them.
If you've listened to what Liam said, he's not that keen on movies.
Oh, I just thought we'd gloss over that, and I thought maybe in this last half an hour I've probably changed his mind a
Do you
bit.
want me to cheer for? Would it help the segment?
Who loves the movie?
Hey, yeah, me.
Yes,
He's going to wrap you in clingfilm next.
but you'll be fully dressed.
Thank you.
To begin
So
with. Makes it tricky for me to take it off. There's more of a skill to it, actually.
remember what it's like to laugh whilst this is on. So this week I used my connections in the movie world.
Who's that?
In this one, it's Geoffrey Rush.
Who's Geoffrey Rush? I've heard the name.
He's an actor, English actor. You probably know him. Okay. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Never seen it.
Captain Bob. Okay.
Captain Pugwash?
Pardon?
Captain Pugwash?
He's not in the film.
Oh.
No, he's in the King's Speech. He helps the king.
Captain Pugwash.
Yeah, he's a bit character. Yeah, very small part. But he's in it.
Spit it out, would you?
I'm trying to.
Sorry.
Geoffrey Rush in the film. He's helping the king learn to speak properly
What's
because he's
Geoffrey,
got.
this Russian film? Cheeky, that, isn't it?
That's good. Yeah, wish I thought
I
that.
remember what it's like to laugh
Bet
during
you
my
do.
bit.
Bet you do wish you thought of that.
Yeah.
This is IMAX.
It's quite an original joke, though.
Welcome to the IMAX experience. Enjoy the show.
Hello, Doctor. Is anyone there?
I'm just in the loo.
Hey, Justin. Is Max here for the 8 p.m. meeting? Oh, lol. You were just in the loo. You're not going to flush?
I'll just let that brew.
My guy. Did you get my message?
Let me fly it back to you.
Damn. Nothing like some home-brewed air freshener. Is my phone on? Nah, man. That ain't me, man. Nah, man.
Why are you here then?
Look, I need help.
You do have a flabby tummy, so we'll need to spend some time strengthening your diaphragm.
Fuck off, no. I need help with Ryan. He doesn't speak, and I saw that he helped the king.
He could hardly make a sound, when he first came to me.
Oh, the king came to someone as old as you. Huh. Nice to know his brother's weirdness hasn't rubbed off on him.
Well, please don't do that.
Sorry, I just like to tell jokes. It's something that me and Ryan have in common.
Perhaps you should change jobs.
No, he just needs help coming out of his shell. Have you got anything to help him?
This is brilliant. It's the latest thing from America.
And what is that?
Take a nice deep breath, expand the chest. What'll I call you?
Hello there. My name is Ryan Locke.
Do you know any jokes?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, so I've got some new jokes that I've never said before, so let's see how they go. This time last year, a seagull stole my watch. I was just thinking how time flies.
Perfect. Thank you very much for dropping by. Good afternoon.
Wait, is that it? How do I make him stop?
I said to my teacher,
No!
I said, "What, you're doing my homework?" She said, "You will." I said, "Mark my words." She said, "I will." I would make a joke about the Titanic, but that wouldn't go down very well. I was in Wembley Stadium, and the referee started arguing with me. I thought it's all been a kick-off now. All of a sudden, there was a tap on the door, and I thought, what a shit plumber. So I was having a conversation with my washing machine, and he wouldn't shut up, so I put a sock in it. Rulers, that's where I draw the line. I said to my dad, "Dad, for Christmas this year..."
Would you want a crab stick?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a lovely offer, though.
Thanks.
Some good jokes, though.
Yeah, so really, yeah. Thanks for plugging my stand-up.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on one-liners?
They can wear thin, but that was good. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Good,
I like the plumber one.
What do you mean we're thin?
Oh, thanks, Liam.
It's time for you to laugh, you lose. Ryan laughed at me last week. I did a really funny bit where I accidentally had beans on my head.
Oh, that was an accident?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Do you need to prepare anything?
Yeah, I'll just need a minute. Well, you need to shut your eyes, really.
I did like your segment, mate.
It's fucking awful.
I didn't want to laugh over the audio, mate. That was.
Let me know when, Ryan. I'll count you in.
The Justin joke was very good.
Yeah, it was.
Hello, welcome to the abattoir. As you can see, my wife and kids are on the ceiling. I'm due to be killed any moment now. I've just got my last moments. Thought I'd do a bit of stand-up, but most of my jokes are about farmers, so it's more of a roast. Why did I say roast? Let's be killed.
Did you laugh?
I laughed because you fucking laughed.
You laughed at that,
mate.
I laughed at that.
Liam!
Smashed it.
It was for Malibu. It was when I noticed for Malibu.
Yeah, I did. I missed my mouth trying to drink it. I think that's
You were going for
I
that.
think that's what made Liam laugh there.
Oh, Max.
That's so annoying.
Could have been doing a double.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Where'd you get this from?
Oh,
for listeners, he's dressed as a little pig.
Yeah, just
Ryan,
as a
that
pig.
is.
Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned that I was a pig
Get
for the
fucked.
listeners.
Get fucked.
I had five for a stag.
No.
What? You got that for a stag do?
Yeah, so it's friend Katie. Everyone went as different people from shows that she had done.
Oh, okay.
I'm Wilbur the pig from Charlotte's Web.
Was this sort of like the when you and the theatre guys went out?
Yeah, it was a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
It was a bit raucous. Did get a bit silly. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I got lucky there.
Ryan was on the train with me yesterday, saying it could be really hit or miss.
Yeah.
Was your one joke that it was a roast?
Yeah, pretty much. But I thought by the time I got there, it'll be like 25 seconds at that point.
What was the first 25 seconds?
Just me talking about being a pig, going off to get killed.
The bit that got me was when you said got a few minutes left to live, so I thought I'd do a bit of stand-up. Do a bit of stand-up.
All right,
comedy.
you did it.
Yeah,
You got Max.
mission completed.
You also got Liam and Ethan.
You did get me.
Yeah.
It
But
was
I
when you
don't
dropped the Malibu on yourself that really got me.
God,
Very
what to do
you.
look at
next
that,
week, then.
right.
Yeah.
Are you going to take that to Turkey?
Yeah, I might have to. My lucky onesie.
What's the odds on you going to the airport in that outfit?
20-1.
3, 2, 1, 13.
Do you do it where if it had added up to 20, would you have had to do it?
No,
I'll
we
do
don't
that.
I've heard about that recently. I thought that's a good little rule.
I had to eat a hash brown that was found outside of Mackey's after a thunderstorm.
That's a Sunday.
I'm already as low as I could be. I've got to think of another great IMAX for next week. And now a great laughy bit.
Are you into music at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
little bit
yeah.
of a music fan.
What's your like you can only listen to one album, what would that be?
What album do I like? Probably a Smiths album.
Yeah,
Probably be a Smiths or
Nice.
Dead or something like that.
Mac Smith.
Hello, yeah, me and my dad have an album.
Be one of your albums.
I'll bump
Yeah.
you, he said. Dad.
I'm going to watch Pulpit Co-op live. In a couple of
Really?
weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else going?
Nah, busy,
Yeah.
mate.
No.
Yeah,
With your
busy. Got that tricky second album. Fucking hell.
That sticky second album.
Stinky second album.
Go on, Ryan, join in.
I don't know.
That's my dad you're talking about, right?
Trying to get something clever, but I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, would you ever go to Edinburgh and do like a month of the, I guess the tour, well, not tour, is it? You just in one place.
Do the
but-
festival.
Yeah.
I would do, but I don't think it's what it was. In that it's like I don't think you go there anymore and then come back with like an agent and a sitcom.
Well, I thought that, but then I think there still are people like that. Sam Campbell, the Australian, I think
Right.
he did really well in Edinburgh, and then he's on Taskmaster.
I think they make a bit of your debut, don't they? I think it's like if it's your debut, everyone sort of goes and watches, and because you're sort of new on the scene, and it's
Sure.
like let's see what let's see what you're all about. But I think as soon as you spunk that, you're sort of just like getting people on stage and wrapping them in clingfilm.
Did you ever? Did you ever read any comedians' autobiographies?
Oh, who have I read? I started reading Kevin Bridges.
Yeah,
Have you read Kevin Bridges?
yeah.
The only thing was, I was like probably about 200 pages in, and he was still about age 10.
Yeah,
And I
because
thought-
he did it so
really,
young,
yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah, he did it. It was a big. I think it was published by Penguin as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like big old. And it
Right,
was like
wow.
hefty. I thought this is big
Like
for
a
an
tome.
autobiography for like a
Yeah.
30-year-old bloke.
Because he was, like 17, I think he
Yeah.
started to make a name for himself. And
Right.
then,
Yeah, and it's
And,
funny, like written really funny. But
Yeah.
I was like, I'd been really sticking with it, and he was still like, he was sort of just getting out of primary school. I thought it's a long way to go before I'm hearing any sort of
yeah.
stories of comedy, so I gave up on it.
Yeah.
I
Have
love
you read
Kevin
any?
Bridges.
Yeah.
So when I was at uni, when these guys were at partying, I was reading different autobiographies. For some reason, I did that in first year. I was like, this is going to comfort me. So I'd
Yeah.
go to the library and look at the biographies they had. And I was reading Ricky Gervais's, James Corden's, all these different people thinking, what did they do to become
What can
successful?
I learn from them?
Yeah.
How can they enrich me?
Yeah. It didn't really
That's
help,
good.
to be honest.
You know, it might have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a comedian.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
In that respect, it has worked.
And we partied hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
So
partied.
hard.
Yeah, man.
Stories for your autobiography?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads.
Biography, he's not writing.
We went out with James as well.
We did,
and,
actually, yeah.
He had a bit too much to drink.
He does, he gets
He's-
cocky.
So because we were having pints,
Yeah.
and James doesn't really drink pints, so I think we had like 4 or 5.
It weren't many.
And,
Like I was.
He's a
you know,
lightweight.
fine. Like, but to be fair to James, I didn't know that he was struggling quite so much.
Mm.
And I remember
He
going,
hides
should we get another one? He was going, no, I do need to get back. And I thought, oh, fair enough, he's sensible.
And
And
Yeah, found out he was
bumped
throwing
into-
up all evening.
yeah.
bumped into Ryan and Dave a week or so later on the tram, and they were like, oh.
Yeah, we bumped each other on the tram, and then as we were talking, just the woman behind us just started being sick, like just on the tram.
Maybe it's
Should
just
brush
you
your
then.
teeth, mate.
Yeah,
Was I there for that?
yeah.
You don't care, do you?
No.
No.
To be fair,
You were
we'd had
quite
a few in town, and then we'd go and calling it a night, and then bumped into this party animal on the tram.
And
he went-
doesn't get off the tram.
And he went one at the Matchstick Man. Yeah, one at the Matchstick Man. And then he went one at Alchemist in.
We
Yeah,
never
yeah.
get this invite, do
No,
we?
I know.
But it was
I certainly don't.
spontaneous. It was
Oh,
just out
sure.
of nowhere.
And we live so far away, we can possibly join. God, you got new friends, have you?
It was at like midnight.
It was
That does
late.
piss me off a bit.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm
I'd have
livid.
loved for you guys to have come.
Oh,
Yeah, it
thank
would have
you,
been nice,
thank you.
Liam, but you
I'd
know,
love
it.
this
should've
guy's-
gone.
Also,
this
when I
guy's
met them,
gatekeeping you.
the time when James was sick, I was really encouraging you to come. Do you remember?
Yeah, I was working.
We filmed a trailer for this.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, come along.
Anyway, should we ever put it to the max?
Yeah.
Put it to the max, to the max, put it to the max.
So I got 4.
Just do one, please, for God's sake.
Where? I can't stop crying. Ooh, my nappy needs changing.
Right, do one of the other ones.
Okay.
This guy's obsessed with poo.
Loads of poo jokes.
Yeah. Okay.
For a podcast with 3 guys in their 30s, a lot of poo jokes.
29. So. Weird thing to say.
30, yeah.
Not gonna like the second one then. A fart in public.
Oh, fucking move on, Smith.
Okay, fine.
Oh, that's sounding good.
Yeah, it is funny, that one.
Yeah.
I run a calf and I do well, thanks for asking. But issue is, the calf borders 3 gang turfs. How am I, a lady of 42, meant to sell my hot cream buns when I've got the Tootsie Boys and the Tingle 3 fighting the Big Cock Club? I'm at my wit's end here, boys. Help me out.
Well, that's a real problem.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
to
real
me sounds
problem.
like a
Lost with that one.
You've got a lady
Shut up, Ryan.
cakes.
So there's a woman that's got a cream
bakery.
bun shop.
But it's on the turf.
The
where
turf.
Two
Full
gangs
Three
the
are
different
border.
gangs.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Tootsie Boys.
Yeah.
The Big Cock Club?
The
was
Big
that?
Cock Club.
Oh, Big Cock
Okay.
Club.
And well, it could be either.
I'd be in that club.
Yeah, you fucking would, wouldn't you? Party of one.
That
And the
club being
Tingle
you, mate.
3.
The Tingle 3?
Yeah.
Now, you're a theatre expert, so you'll be no stranger to acting this out. Liam, could you assign the roles of lady with the cream bun shop and then, I guess, a member of each gang?
Max, you want to be the lady with the cream bun shop?
Oh, eating the profits a bit.
Are you kidding?
That's not.
Are you kidding?
That's the Squid. That's the Squid.
That
He's
was
done that.
not-
You're a
That
horrible.
was
You're
absolutely.
You're dealing with the Big Cock Club
That
there.
was-
yeah. Yeah.
That was absolutely not.
Shocking.
What
there.
I was
Anything I'm the
going
one
for.
cream in the buns.
That is.
Why does your tongue come out?
Just licking my lips, a bit salty.
So, lady, and then the.
Sounds like you've seen the Big Cock Club. Oh, not quite,
It's
boys.
too big.
And then,
sorry.
yeah, Ryan, do you want to be Big Cock Club?
Yeah, of course.
Is that metaphorical or literal?
I'll
wouldn't
decide
ask him
in a
about
minute.
those sort
Fair
of
enough.
multi-syllabic words.
And then
Right,
the Tootsie Boys.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
And then, was there a third?
Tingle 3.
And I'll be Tingle 3.
Okay, so you are the
I'm-
42-year-old
I'm
lady.
42. Yeah, God, can I even play that?
And action.
What are you doing?
It's clear from the acting, isn't it? I've got a gun to your head,
Yeah,
Ryan.
this is my character. What do you think you're doing?
Hello, boys. Hello, boy. Who are you? Oh, hello.
I think best thing you can do is just stay out of here.
It's my bloody shop. How
Stay
can I
of
stay
here.
out?
It's our shop.
But you're taking it over.
Well, it's the 3.
Can you clean the sides? Can you cream the buns?
That's not what we're using.
I'll
it for.
cream your buns.
Were you into the older lady?
No.
Oh,
I'm into the younger lady, as it
Oh,
goes.
40
But I'll make an exception.
42 years young, that's what they call me.
Wow. I thought your name was Linda.
It could be.
We'll
What else
cream
could it
you.
be?
Sorry?
We'll cream you.
That's
What do you
fucking
mean, we?
weird.
What do you mean? Who's
Me
we?
and my gang outside.
Where's your gang? We are outside.
Oh, well, I'm part of the Big Cock gang.
Big Cock Club? Why?
I thought it was a Big
when did
Cock Club.
Yeah, since when did the Big Cock Club have a
Bright pink trousers on.
big
Uniform.
legs?
We've all got uniforms now.
Yeah,
You
I
wearing
said since when?
uniforms?
Oh, we've
What's
been
my
doing this for years.
I've never seen you wearing that before.
Oh, you have.
Could you put on the full uniform, please?
Of course.
Very, very accommodating, this gang member.
Yeah, I like this boy.
Of course you. Twat.
There's no way that's hiding a big cock.
That's true enough. There's nothing there.
Nothing
Yeah,
there.
you have to be over 7 inches to qualify.
As tall.
Have you qualified your forehead?
But, well, it's called the Big Cock gang, not the Big Forehead gang, is it?
Do you do anything else other than cream buns?
Well, I could do. I do.
I asked, did you? I don't want hypotheticals here, Linda.
Yes, I do different stuff.
Go on.
Empty buns and cream.
Wow.
It's,
I didn't know.
they're not big sellers, but you know, some people like to do it themselves.
That's genius, Linda.
Thank you. Not many people have said that.
I wouldn't mind you in my gang. Do you want to be in my gang? My gang? My
I've got
gang? Do
too
you want to be
many
in my gang?
offers. I've been offered a Big Cock Club because I'm a massive
What did they
clit.
offer you? What?
Well, big clit.
We're still to measure.
There's only room on your patch for one of us to be here.
Okay.
I think you need to make a decision. A tough one.
Could I ask for your references?
Yeah, I'd say you go with the Tootsie Boys.
Go with the Big Cock gang. We'll
It's the
come
Big
round
Cock
your
Club.
house and-
It's the Big Cock Club. You don't even
You
know
don't even know your own name.
Sometimes we change it.
No, you don't. What sort of branding is that? You
I would
twat?
seriously consider
I don't like you.
reconsider going with them.
I don't like you at all. I think you're a bit rude.
You're
Yeah.
Bit
He's
less
like- he's a bit like-
ostentatious.
there's a guy in H&M who's
Lady.
similar to him.
Speak to the cock because the face ain't listening. All right.
Pardon?
Speak to the
I
cock.
wasn't
'cause
listening.
The face.
So you two boys seem lovely.
Fucking done there.
Sorry about him.
Yeah.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about him.
He's
Thank
brought
you.
shame upon the big cock club.
Rude.
He has.
Yeah, I'm going
If
to bring
anything,
more
you
of a...
put me off big cocks for life.
And
Don't
clubs.
say that.
I used to love those biscuits.
I like Whisper Gold.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like whispers in my ear when I'm being pegged.
What by?
A big cream bun.
Yeah,
Oh,
just a
it's
cream
smash.
piping if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I could do that technically.
Well, yeah,
It's
literally.
not out of realms of possibility.
Well, we might have a
But you know what? I'm 42. I don't want to get sexual. I've got a husband at home,
What's his name?
Jeremy.
What does Jeremy do?
Oh, go on.
I just auditioned him to be part of our club.
You do auditions?
You do
Yeah.
How do you do auditions?
Well, what we do is we get everyone in our sort of community hall.
You've got a community hall.
Of course we have. We're a club. Where else are we going to go?
Right.
Anyway, we get everyone out. Get everyone in. Everyone just gets naked. Everyone gets a bit naked.
A bit naked.
Yeah, well, the audience have to be naked.
The audience? What?
Why are they?
What are you doing?
Members of the club, become the audience. Then whoever's auditioning gets up on stage, gets naked as well. And
Why is the audience naked?
they just show us what they can do with their big cock.
What's the best thing you've seen someone do? Sorry, what's the
Someone-
best thing you've seen someone do?
Someone once brought in a space hopper, and he was
Okay.
just flapping his cock in it like
Nice,
that, like it was
nice.
a basketball.
Nice.
I'd happily have him killed in a drive-by or something.
Weirdly enough, this started off with you with a gun to his head. And
Yeah.
I'm now thinking, why didn't you just pull the
bang!
trigger?
Oh, God, I've committed an atrocity and killed
Oh,
him.
well.
There he
Community
goes.
service, that.
He won't be missed.
Thank you, if anything.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes.
Anyway, so we've got the Tingle 3
Tingle 3
and the Tootsie Boys.
Easy boys.
Yeah.
Would you consider a coalition?
Oh, if you boys work together, I'd love that.
Similar names.
Yeah, so similar. Weirdly similar.
Who's with?
I mean, we could be the Tootsie 3.
Yes.
We could be the Tingle Boys.
Maybe not the Tingle Boys.
I like the Tingle Boys.
Single boys.
Yes.
The original name for JLS. I mean, it's up to you. I mean,
If you'd be up for it.
Maybe we could throw the
well up
name
for it,
Cream
yeah.
Buns in there as well.
Yeah.
Linda's Creamy
Yeah.
Tingle Boys.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Linda.
I don't like that at all.
Next up on CBBS.
Next up on Crime Watch.
Well,
Have we
Linda-
come to an impasse then?
I think we found a common enemy in
Which is the dead body of
the Big Cock Club.
the Big Cock Club.
If you don't mind me checking, it's a micro penis. I knew it was. I knew it
I
was.
just thought it.
Yeah. Unless that's his piggy tail poking through. That's a micro penis. I knew he was trying to compensate for something.
He says he was looking at it earlier. I saw tears in his eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes sense
I saw
now.
him wincing with the glasses. He sort of gave it away then.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Still.
So,
Good riddance.
thank you very much.
Thank
you, Linda.
Thank you.
Help yourself to cream.
Thank you.
What about buns?
The buns are off limits.
Right. There we go.
There you go. That's it. That's literally all you need.
So for Linda there and the cream bun shop, hopefully that will teach you the way to
I thought that was quite beautiful in
achieve
a way.
peace. Yeah.
All it took was the murder of one micro
person.
penis
Get rid
man.
of one. Get rid of
Yeah.
one, and then you can.
One bad egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say two's company, three's a crowd.
Thank you.
Get rid of the third. You just got
Yeah.
company. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
The bun company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stop while I'm ahead.
Speaking of head,
Yeah.
how did you feel about that?
Oh well, it's just the character, wasn't it? It's just
No,
a
the
bit
character
weird.
you improvised.
Yeah.
It's not the character. It's not like you
Well,
had anywhere
Because
else
I
to go
think
with it.
Stephen looked at your actual penis then.
No, you didn't.
I've not seen. I have seen your penis.
Yeah.
Are you packing?
No.
No.
When did you see
You
that?
should be for turkey now. We are. Well, we did a video where it was a calorie challenge, and me and Max won. It was burning calories, and then the losers had to put deep heat down the pants, their underpants, and Ryan did that, and then for some reason on camera
I didn't know.
pulled down his underpants,
Yeah.
It's not.
and we could see. Well, it is.
I mean, yeah.
Did you pull down your underpants?
I didn't know that James was filming me at that point. We'd finished.
No, we hadn't. The camera was still on
Could I ask, even if we had finished, why would you be flashing us your penis?
in public on a university
Really?
campus
Yeah.
where there were
Oh.
freshers.
This is a bit weird.
I got a flannel to get some of the deep heat off my balls, and yeah, I went like that, and James just caught me.
He pulled his underpants down.
It wasn't like I didn't go like that.
Did you know it had been caught on camera there and then, or was it when you were editing?
No, I didn't know.
James had it, and so I went through the footage and I saw it and I said, James, have you seen Ryan's penis? Yes, I have.
Yeah.
And then screenshotted it.
Yeah.
Got Ryan's phone and sent it to his dad.
Did he really?
Yep.
It was for was it for a punishment on the podcast?
It was. Said. So what has he said? He said,
Not again.
Dad, does my hair look weird in this?
Which you did. It did look weird, didn't it?
No, it was a photo. Just
Did your dad reply?
Cock out. I don't think so.
Have you spoken to him since?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
He's never mentioned it.
I said don't call.
Yeah.
Never mentioned it.
No, think about it. I mean, he would have laughed.
Do you think?
Why?
Yeah.
Why, right?
It's just funny, isn't it?
Funny shape, yeah.
No.
Well, I guess the only two reactions would be laughing or going, bloody hell.
The last person to see it, aside from you, is your dad.
Yeah. No.
That's that Scotty Summer.
When was this? When was that? When did I send my dad
Within the
a
last
dick
3
pic?
years. Within the last 2 years.
Maybe then, yeah.
Are they still a thing? Are they still getting sent around? Dick
What,
pics?
Dad's? Oh,
I've never sent one, so I'd never know.
No, I've never sent one. If I had to, it would be somebody else's.
Yeah.
We haven't done this. Sorry, Max Weights.
Oh, we doing that?
Yeah, you started the segment last week.
Okay, so
Max weight.
I weighed myself, but this is the first time I've weighed myself.
Oh, okay.
So it was 22.8.
And what did you weigh? A little time joke there.
That's funny.
That's good.
Is it true though? No, it's not. Actually, so, but it was 22 stone and 8 pounds.
Okay.
So next week I have to be below that.
Or what happens?
Whatever the punishment we decide is.
I think we should stuff you full of donuts so it's even harder for next week.
That's clever, that.
A load of chocolate and that down your throat.
Yeah,
but if you just keep doing that, then I'm just going to be like, yeah, that's fine.
Well, no, you need to compensate that. Or the end punishment is obviously a heart attack and death.
Fuck me.
The ultimate punishment, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking dying on the podcast.
Biggest punishment is having him on more often.
So next week I have to be below that. Maybe we get some ghost chilies.
Yeah.
You know, that would definitely make.
Would you do a Zempic?
Oh, because I feel like stabbing myself with a needle every week.
Is it not tablets?
I don't know.
I think it's an injection, isn't it?
Well, I'm sure. I thought it was tablets.
I don't know.
No,
because you can get it over the counter.
I think there's going to be side effects to that. It just feels like a shortcut where there will be
some
things going on that they haven't quite.
Apparently, there's something about your mouth disintegrating or something.
Oh, lovely.
That came out today.
Stops you from eating, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, we should probably end the podcast.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that.
Well, thank you, Liam, for coming on.
No,
I
thank you for
apologise
having
for
me.
the half an hour break we had to have.
Thank you, guys. I've really enjoyed it.
The Big Cock Club.
Yep. Something to think about when you go home.
Yeah.
Liam, membership.
Where can people find you?
It is at the Squid vids, I believe, on TikTok and Instagram. If you search the Squid on either of them, you find it there.
If you search great comedy, you'll find it.
Just below IMAX.
You're clipping that now.
Fucking hell.
And you mentioned your podcast.
Yes, and of course the Pub Quiz Pod on Instagram and YouTube and Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you very much, Max. Go on, sign us out.
Guys, we've been us, you've been you. Have a great night.
Hated that.